So tell us, Glenn, why are we here today at Wings of Wyoming?
When we get to about 5,000 feet, we're shoving you out. That's why.
What?
This is what's called a discovery flight. So I finally get to grab the yoke and make a few turns on the airplane, and for the first time control an airplane.
So who's our pilot over here, Glenn, besides you at some point? Just you?
Yeah, this is actually my first day.
Your first day? Oh, lovely.
I've never been up in a little airplane before, so I'm really excited.
Good afternoon, Sign Ground Sky 5158 Juliet, Wings of Wyoming. We have information India, ready to taxi for takeoff to the northwest practice area. 13 via Alpha 5158 Juliet.
All right, so we added power in.
Right.
Needed quite a bit of power, maybe 15 or so until we get moving. This is probably a pretty good speed. Once you get to the speed you like, it's back to 1,000 and it'll maintain that speed. Anything above 1,000, it'll speed up faster and faster and faster. To stop, you just roll your feet up on the top.
Right, and those are actually the brakes on top, so I would want to steer at the bottom.
That's right. All right,
Okay.
you have the flight controls.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Again, you're going to have to give it just a little bit there, and you pull back.
Then we're going to bring the power up. We're going to get aligned into the wind. See the flags?
Okay.
We want to get aligned into the wind, and we're going to do a quick run up just to make sure everything's running okay. Okay. Power it up to 18.
I'll do left first.
Oh, first mixture, so I'm bringing back the mixture, and I'm looking for peak RPM. See how it's rising?
Okay.
Because we got to get the right mixture for our altitude. And it's coming up, 1860. There's the drop.
Gotcha.
So I'm coming back. There we go. Now one full turn in, little drop. Yep, and check left mag.
Okay. And that dropped about the right amount, and up we go again.
No more than 150.
Right, and I'm going to go to the full rate.
It's about 70.
Okay, we're both again.
All right, we got green. Well, temp's coming up. Pressure's green, vacuum's green, amp. Go ahead and switch off the left switch on the master, the one that says alt, just the left side.
This one here?
Yep. Okay, we're seeing a discharge here. Okay, go ahead and turn it back on. Now we're seeing a charge as the battery comes back up, it's full.
Okay.
And we don't have any dummy lights. All right. Go ahead and bring that power back all the way to idle. And we're just going to check and make sure that it doesn't die on us.
Okay.
All right.
That is all the way back, all right.
All right. So go ahead and add power and turn us back around.
Okay, so now would you just put your left brake on and turn straight around?
Well, I'd start moving forward, and then once we get moving,
Once you get some motion going.
Yep, and then apply right pedal and right brake and some power. Maybe bring it up to a 1500 or more.
Yeah, I think I'm not being as aggressive as you are with that power there.
Nope.
No.
But it takes people a while to get used to that. And of course, a little bit of movement helps you. And then as you straighten out, you're bringing the power back.
Okay.
That's not bad for the first time. Most people really overdo that.
And I got to straighten back up again.
Cheyenne Tower Sky 5158 Juliet, ready for takeoff, runway 13.
Close your window.
Okay. Good. Hard for me to reach back that far.
Sky 5158 Juliet, Cheyenne Tower, runway 13, wind 14011, gust 20, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 135158 Juliet, thank you.
All right, go ahead and add power in. I want you to do the takeoff.
All right.
Especially since I've never done one.
Yeah, really.
So we're just following the yellow line around, and as soon as we get lined up with the center line, we'll transition to the white arrows.
Okay.
Hey, there you go, a little bit of brake.
Oh.
So you got it figured out. Okay, let's just get rolling straight down the white arrows. All right, so airspeed's coming alive.
Okay.
Oil pressure's good. EGT is stable. And you're maintaining center line with your feet. A little bit of right pedal. Looking for 55 to rotate. There it is. Go ahead and pull up. No higher than the horizon.
Yeah, so I'm rocking back and forth here, why?
Go ahead and let go.
Yeah.
See?
I see.
When we're doing rocking, that's pilot induced.
I got you.
The airplane's a great pilot. I'd say that's kind of leaning to the left. Just give it a little bit of right. There you go.
58 Juliet, how you doing in northwest?
Affirmative, northwest 5158 Juliet.
Scott 5158 Juliet, roger, right turn out to the northwest.
And I'm kind of pushing that nose down a little bit.
10 mile final, runway 13.
Because I gotta decipher the difference between what I'm doing and what the, like for instance, turbulence is doing. Because I thought I was making a mistake, and I'm thinking, no, it's not. It's just bumpy.
Yep. That's right. It's just like being in a boat, right?
Right.
The waves hit the boat moves.
Okay.
The only difference is we can't see the waves.
Right.
And that tends to make people nervous.
Okay.
But it's perfectly normal. The wind may blow us from time to time, but we're just kind of leaning into it. And see, the airplane actually keeps righting itself.
Right. Yeah.
Center line for runway 13, chopping out 5 mile final.
Wilco, remain left of the 13 center line, or south of the 13 center line, and then we're looking for traffic. 5158 Juliet.
Kill me, Glenn. I'm never going to forgive.
Well, probably won't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
You just learn to make really, really small corrections.
Okay.
So, I mean, you can make big movements if you want to.
Sure.
You know, but a lot of flying is just being smooth as possible, right? We want to be ham-handed. We want to be nice and smooth.
Okay.
Make everybody
Well,
board relaxed. And,
yeah. See, and again on the takeoff there, you know, right away we started doing this, and I'm thinking, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? But was that me, or was that just turbulence on the airplane?
yep, it's just it's a little bit windy, and it tends to get windy in the afternoon. You know, just because of all the convection from the heating of the Earth's surface, so we get thermals, and
Okay.
it tends to get bumpy. Just like over there, we can see the rain.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
And that's all from hot air rising, hot, moist air,
Just
and
bumping
it gets
underneath
up.
the airplane.
Once it
Okay.
gets to a certain altitude, it cools down, condenses, and starts raining.
Gotcha.
Scott 5158 Juliet, frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved, 5158 Juliet. UH-60, I called it UH-30, that's wrong. So over to approach. Should approach Sky 5158 Juliet. We are 5 miles northwest Cheyenne, 8000 in the northwest practice area.
Here we go.
Number 5158 Juliet, Cheyenne approach, squawk 4251.
4251, 5158 Juliet. The trim wheel for is, like for example, I want to get into a climb.
Okay.
So I pull the nose up, right?
Right.
But if I let go,
Yeah.
it wants to fall back down. So I put a wheel on it, trim the nose up, just like we were before,
Right. Yeah.
and then I can let go and have a low workload.
Okay. So if I want to bring that nose down, now where do you like the nose? Let's say visually off of here. Where do you like to see that?
It's about
My kilo correction.
right there. That's about level.
That's about level. And
20.
And anything else, it really just depends. If we want to descend, you know, we might pull the power
sure, and then we'll just
and make a bigger sight picture,
okay.
trim it out for what we like, and now here we are in a controlled descent.
15 miles.
So it's really just, you know, whatever you're looking for, just set the sight picture. And I'm glad you said sight picture, because most people want to stare at the control,
Right.
the instruments all day. Well, and that's incorrect. But a normal turn is about right here.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that's about what I was doing about right there. But yeah, I wanted to see visually, you know, what that looked like.
I mean, we have the instrument, but you'll get used to looking at this versus the angle on the horizon. So 10 degrees, 20 degrees, and that's about 30 degrees. A little bit of turbulence at the same time that time. All right, so we're going to go in. We're headed in towards Cheyenne right now. Tries to maintain the airspeed. It'll dive for that airspeed.
Right.
So we're just holding it back to kind of bleed off some of that airspeed.
Okay.
I'm going to put in some flaps,
All right.
kind of disrupt the airflow, kind of adds a little bit of braking.
Okay, I feel what that feels like there.
And we're slowing down. There's 80, we're looking for about 70.
Okay.
And it's just 1500 RPM. It's a really good power setting for this airplane.
It looks a lot slower than I imagined it.
Everything's kind of calming down now, right?
Yeah.
We're set up in a nice stabilized approach. And when you have your airplane set up like this, it's a very, very low workload. And you're just kind of,
Yeah.
we're just kind of waiting, right?
Yep.
And we're coming down almost like a wire, nice and smooth. Now if you're behind the airplane and you're overcorrecting,
Yeah.
it can be a bit of a handful. So this is nice. Oh, there's a little bit of a gust.
Yeah.
So we just kind of lean into it,
Okay.
and we're always working towards center line.
Okay.
So
I can feel your feet correcting for that too. Okay.
trick to landing is try not to land, if that makes any sense.
It does, yes.
What we do is we get as close as we can to the runway, and then we try not to land on it. And basically when you do that, you're holding the airplane off. You don't want to pull too hard, you'll be back in the air.
Okay.
But we're holding off so that we lose airspeed and that nose wheel comes up.
Right.
And we really want that nose wheel to not be anywhere near to the ground because it can't take the landing. So we land on the mains. And the longer you hold it off, the softer it'll be. So here we are, we got the nose up. When we're ready, we gently lower the nose.
Okay.
Okay, and then we can add full power.
Back up you go.
Okay, we're looking for 55.
All right.
There's 55, so we're just easing back. We're just bringing the nose up
All right.
just slightly. Let her fly off when she's ready.
Okay.
And then we basically allow it to come to the horizon, but no higher.
Well, and there's a big thing that I've heard a lot as I've watched a lot of different flight vlogs and so on. Let the airplane settle, let the airplane take off.
Yep.
It kind of wants to. So.
Yep, absolutely. So here we are on the upwind leg. We'll fly out to about 500 feet, and then we'll do a left or right turn. Standard is left, but we'll do whatever she wants us to do.
Okay. And there's where you put some of your students there, down below. You gotta remember to toss that joke in there.
That's where all the instructors that weren't paying attention are.
Yeah.
Right next to the students.
What is this a refinery up here?
It is.
Okay. That was my guess. You know, all of this time we've been talking and doing all of this, I haven't looked out the window yet. I mean, down, you know?
Yeah, we'll have, have some,
Yeah.
get yourself some sightseeing experience.
Yeah, I'm gonna give myself a moment to do that.
So here's the holiday park over here.
Okay.
58 Juliet, and our left coast traffic report base.
So that's that smell, that refinery is the smell. Yep.
Left traffic, report base 13, this will be a full stop, 5158 Juliet. So we're just learning about a 30-degree bank. Notice how we'll start losing airspeed because we're not opposing gravity very well. So when we go into a climbing turn, we actually push forward.
Gotcha.
Whereas when we're doing a level turn, we'll add some back pressure. And there's there's the VA Medical Center.
Right. Now again, you know, maybe you can look out and you can see landmarks and so on here. So am I putting the runway, if I'm going around here, is about mid-strut? Is that about right to line it up? Well, let's say you're just doing a pattern.
Yep.
Okay.
So basically, we were just on a crosswind, and now I'm flying on the downwind leg, right? Because the wind's basically at our tail now,
Okay.
and we're just doing this for landing practice. So now we're flying downwind. We're just about a half a mile to a mile out. I like to keep mine pretty close.
There's your favorite planes there, Tim.
Love them.
Yeah, the Hercules is a great airplane. It doesn't care about much. It'll do whatever you want it to.
Yeah, here's something kind of funny here, and I kind of expected this. So when I'm on the controls and I'm paying attention and we hit some turbulence like that, it does not affect me at all. But the moment I let go and I start watching, I feel like, ooh, you know,
Yeah.
a little nauseating. It actually feels much better to have control,
Yes.
and that feeling doesn't come around.
That's right. Because you're kind of feeling everything coming along instead of
Right.
having it blindside you.
Okay, so now I want to see where you...
Yeah, so I'm just pulling back the power to about 15 again, just like we
Okay.
did before. I got 10 degrees of flaps in and I'm approaching at 70.
Right.
So we got this nice stabilized approach. We're trimmed out and basically letting the airplane do the work.
Okay, now where are you...
1 second. Shine Tower, left base 13, 5158 Juliet.
Sky 5158 Juliet, roger, check low down runway 13, wind 130 at 9er, gust 17, clear to land.
Clear to land 13, 5158 Juliet, thanks. What was the question?
where are you in this airplane on flaps when you land, full stop?
Wherever I like. Usually 10 degrees. I think 10 degrees is about the easiest position to land in. but you don't need any. And if it's a really short runway, you might want to have a couple extra to slow you down.
And this plane takes no flaps taken off?
It depends on what you're doing.
Okay.
But you can take off with 10.
Okay.
Short field's 10, soft field's 10, and then normal is 0 or 10, your choice.
Okay.
And then we're reducing the throttle, flaps are coming up. Now we got good pressure on the wheels. So we pull the rein, basically you pull the yoke, we say pull the reins in Wyoming, and then you step into the stirrups. But if you just push the brake, the nose goes down, it's really hard on the nose gear.
Gotcha. Turn right, X-ray Alpha 3, contact ground off empty.
Right, Alpha 3, contact ground 5158 Juliet, thank you too.
Alpha 3.
So if you pull back, it keeps that nose light, but it's also adding aerodynamic braking to assist your mechanical brakes. And we're just staying on the center line as we come around.
Actually, that aerodynamic braking, in watching some flight schools and so on, heard about for the first time last night.
Nice. Isn't that cool how that always happens? There's a lot of synchronicity in flying. Doesn't matter what you learned the night before, you'll probably see it in your flight tomorrow.
Sure.
Okay, so now we're on ground, so we're just hanging out right here. Make sure we're on ground frequency, just in case any...
Glenn?
Oh my God! No, actually that was great.
Glenn?
Yes,
Thank you for not killing me.
not a problem, Tim. So, do you like it? Was it good? Did you
Yeah.
want to get sick? Did you want
No, it was fine.
Okay.
Except for the one time you rammed my head into the ceiling.
Okay, well, I was trying to do that. I should
Or it could have been his fault, I don't know. My lawyer will sort it out.
I'll see you at the